Alright, guys. We're gonna do some Guilty Gear training with Koogy from Brokentier. Alright, so we're gonna go to Slayer, right?
Yep. All right, so what would you like me to start with first? Do you want me to start with system basics, or do you want me to start with Slayer basics?
Mm, I guess system basics.
Okay, so let's start with the HUD. All right, at the very top, you'll see these green bars. That's your life bar. It's like Darkstalker style, so it shows how much damage happens and then disappears. Certain attacks can build life back, like Slayer has one. I'll build life back from damage I took. Under that is the burst. Burst is a weird mechanic. It lets you stop combos. If you're in block stun, you can activate it. And so like just press some buttons against me. So I can just cancel out of that anytime with my burst. So if I'm doing a combo to you, you press dust. Yeah, just like that.
Oh, I just pressed all four like it was Persona.
Okay, so for dust in this game is actually you press the dust button and then heavy slash or kick or any button and essentially roundhouse, I guess.
Wait,
If
okay.
you're using Street Fighter terminology. This is dust right here. It's the equivalent of Street Fighter roundhouse.
Oh no, my taunts. Fuck.
Let's see. Let's see if your buttons are set up right.
Oh, you're saying Fierce and Roundhouse, right? Taunt together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So you don't have any burst meter. It goes away once you use it. To the left of burst meter for you is this red bar, and it doesn't do anything unless you're blocking or getting hit. So if you're getting hit, it goes down. If you're blocking, it's going to go up. See that? So this is called the guard meter, and it's really important. The more you are defensive, the more it's going to build up. And basically, once it goes to high enough, it'll start flashing white. When it starts flashing white, the next hit's a counter hit. In a way, it affects combo scaling damage also. So if you block this series... See how that one just cracks it up a lot? Now you're flashing. So if you get hit, it's going to automatically counter hit you. Just like that. So you got 4 counter hits in a row at max. So making someone block for a really long time in Guilty Gear, you have to be careful. You want to put a lot of pressure on people. And that's one of the advantages to it. So at the very bottom is your tension meter, and that's basically your super meter. So walk towards me and watch your meter. See how it goes up? Any offensive movement in the game using a normal, special, or moving forward or air dashing forward builds meter. Even jumping forward builds a little bit of meter, I think. So that's how you build super meter in this game. If you backdash a lot, like this, see how it says danger?
Yeah.
Negative penalty kicks in when a character is too defensive, but not like I'm blocking too much, but more like I'm actively avoiding combat. Like I'm just running away from you. You'll lose all of your meter, and you can't build meter for about 5 to 10 seconds. See how my meter's not building at all? And now it'll slowly start to build. So negative penalty is a punishment for being too defensive in the wrong ways. Because, you could just jump back. You can play defensive games in this, but you can't be like Marvel Runaway, essentially. All right, so connect to me again. So that's kind of the HUD. It's like some of the basic things going on there. Overall, you don't have to worry too much about it. You just need to know, like, you're going to pretend you're playing Street Fighter. Slayer is a footsie character, so he's great for people that are just starting.
Okay.
So... Oh. It kicked me out. Alright, so some more Guilty Gear super basics. Almost every character can jump twice. Every character can air dash, except for Potemkin. Okay, air dash is just up, forward, or up, back, back. And you don't have to, like, you're doing it pretty quickly, so you already got it down. Most people complain that that's like one of the hardest things to learn.
Yeah. It
but
is.
you are already a master. Yep. That's great. That's like one of the key ways of getting in. That's a defining feature of anime games is the air dash.
Yes. My Persona's air dash skill
Oh yeah,
finally.
there you go. So there's every character has a different like they either have a run or a dash. So Slayer has a dash, and his is really quirky, like I explained earlier. You can jump cancel any frame of it, any forward or back dash. So why that's good is you can be backdashing and then cancel into a jump, and then cancel your jump pre-jump frames into a special,
Oh my god.
and you're invulnerable when you do that. It's like CVS2 roll cancel.
Okay. All right.
A little bit quirky. We'll go into that more later. But just to show you kind of why that's good. All right. And you can cancel into like blocking, like chicken blocking right away. There's a bunch of things you can do with it. So the other thing is after air dashing and blocking is this thing called faultless defense. So normally if you block this series, so I can make you block 3 kicks. We're about to run out of time, but if you hold back and 2 buttons that are not dust, you'll flash green, and if you hold it, you'll continue to hold, like an orb will appear around you, essentially. So this is what it looks like. All right, you have to have super meter to do this, and it costs like maybe 1 or 2% of your super meter every second you have it.
Whoa.
Yeah, so see how my meter goes down when I do it?
Mm-hmm.
So Guilty Gear, you build meter really quickly, so this isn't really a big deal, but it's important to manage it. So do 3 kicks, just mash kick. See how it pushes you really far away? So if someone's pressuring you too much, you want to just do that. It'll get them away from you. So you don't need to know. Yeah, there you go.
Got it.
And it's just like blocking normally. You also don't build your guard meter up when you use that. So that's really important to learn when to, avoid taking extra guard damage if possible. So after that, there's more advanced ways of guarding. There's a thing called white guard, which is basically throw an attack out. I'll see if I can do it with lag. So see how my character's flashing white right there? So that means that I'm pressing back like maybe a few frames before it connects, kind of like a parry. And it gives you -2 recovery. -2 frames of recovery. So you can do some frame-specific things to get out of pressure.
Oh, wow.
And it also builds, I think it builds you a little bit of meter, but I might be wrong in this version. I don't know about Xrd's properties because I haven't played it yet. But Xrd is based off of reload for the most part. So it's pretty standard. Alright, so that's a lot just right off the bat, because Guilty Gear has a lot of little subsystems. But now I can actually teach you a little bit more about the character.
Alright.
So Slayer, this guy is cheap. I'm just gonna say it right off the bat. He has always been a top tier character, and why I'm recommending that you play him is because as a Street Fighter player, you get a lot of links in your combos. Like most of your combos are links, like with Balrog or other characters. And Slayer is like one of the few characters that actually has a link in his basic combo. So if you press the slash button twice, you get this string.
Which one?
That one right there. Okay, so this 2-punch combo right here is you can press slash as fast as you want, and you'll get the second one to come out. There's no timing involved with it. It's just mashing, essentially, to start. But you can actually combo after that with the same thing, like that.
Oh.
But that's a link. So you have to learn, it's like chain to link, kind of, yeah, it's like that. There you go. So with Slayer, if you could do that, you're going to do like a ton of damage. So that does like, I don't know, 1/4 of their life just off of that 4-hit series.
Oops. Wait. Oh, I'm doing it too soon.
Yeah. That's the timing. That's what you visually want to see, is that connect this like that. And the way I do it is I double tap my slash, after I get the Gatling, like I'll do, and then
Oh,
I'll double
okay. I
tap the
see.
link.
Oh wait, so
Yeah,
oh,
just
okay.
like
I see.
that. There you go. All right, so I'm about to die, so you can just kill me real quick.
Got it. Okay.
So that right there is like the key thing you need to know about Slayer up close. Is the slash? We just call it like the slash chain or whatever you want to call it. That is like the staple for his combos in this game in particular. I don't know about Xrd as much, but once I teach you this stuff, when you get to see Slayer and Xrd, you'll understand like it's all the same shit. It's just like little tiny tweaks. So to get into that range where you want to do slash slash, you want to go for this. And if you can't do this that combo like this, you can just do 2 hits and then do fireball punch or kick. Yeah, and that's called Mappa. Punch version is -2 in this version of the game. On hit, it's -1 or neutral even. So it just keeps you in the zone. It does good damage. Like everything Slayer does just hits like a truck. You know.
Okay,
and
so I'm
puts you in
doing it
this-
too slow, right?
Yeah, you want to mash slash slash. Like you press those 2 as fast as you can. Yeah, just like that. It's weird because in Guilty Gear most combos are chains. Like, yeah, there you go.
Got it. Okay, got it. Okay.
All right, perfect. So do that into Mappa, all right, and then stand still and look at the range that you're at, and I'll go over some more moves he has. All right, so right here, at this range, crouching punch stops them if they're gonna like mash, just like in Street Fighter, Balrog would use a crouching jab. You can use it the same way. It doesn't lead into anything; it just pushes them away. But standing kick is the most amazing move in the game, in my opinion. This kick punishes everything. You can just throw it out, always get a counter hit, and you just buffer in the kick Mappa after it, just like that. And you just wait and react to see if it hits. Just like that. And you just get in there, you do a ton of damage. So generally, after they block, if they block that, you can set up a three-way mix-up. If they get hit by it, then you can cancel it and do a bunch of damage. He gets a lot of versatility out of Mappas. And I guess like in Balrog, you know how you use tap? Your goal is to kind of hit them with the last active frames of it.
Yeah.
Mappa is the same type of attack. You want to be, like when you're really far away from them, like kind of, if I backdash once, it's kind of the key range. Like this right here, you can kind of aim for it, hitting them very late in the animation with it.
Oh, okay, hold on, let me, okay, so kick goes really far, and then punch is really close.
Right. Yeah, so punch's sweet spot is about right here. This is kind of the range that I'll poke with like that. Yeah, just like that. And you can just throw it out. Like it's safe on block. Even if I white guard it, it's hard to react to. Some characters have attacks that'll beat it, but you can bully with this attack. Like in my opinion, the counter hit. I'm not going to teach you the combo right now because it's kind of hard, but there's a way of getting a ton of damage off of that on counter hit. And it's easy to confirm because counter hit in this game slows down the character. You get added hit stun, and your character flashes red. So if I do like, yeah, see how my character flashes red?
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'm throwing out like a really slow attack so you can counter hit me. Well, your character flashed red. It's one of the visual cues that you can see really easily in Guilty Gear for counter hits. After a while, you'll get used to it because you'll throw the move out and you'll just say to yourself, I know this is going to fucking counter hit because it's such a good move. So between this move and this move, this is your way of getting in and just pressuring people and being a bully. So then there's this move, crouching heavy, or crouching fierce if you're using Street Fighter button locations.
Oh, I think see, I get the slide when I hit down fierce.
Let's see. Yeah, your buttons aren't configured. Well, I'll just show you real quick, and then after this one, we'll go into options and change your buttons. So crouching heavy is a low that has insane range. The hitbox is unstoppable. And basically the idea is if the opponent isn't respecting you, like they're trying to jump away or something, or you just want to harass them, you can throw this move out. In later versions, this move got better. In Xrd, I don't think this move is as good as it is now. So, kind of like using this move at this range where Punch Mappa would be good, you can just stop them completely. So it's pretty intimidating. And the counter hit for it is gnarly. Press any button. See, the counter hit launches them up, and you can combo after that. So let's go and change your buttons real quick.
Oh, fuck. Oh, oops. Okay. Okay. Punch is square.
So punch is gonna be light kick. I'm gonna just tell you the Street Fighter button locations, and you'll just press them, okay?
Yeah, punch
Kick is
light.
gonna be light punch. Slash is medium punch. Heavy slash is fierce punch. And then roundhouse is dust.
Okay, and then respect is medium kick.
Medium kick, yeah. Respect isn't required. Slayer doesn't really get a good respect mix-up. But certain characters like Anji, he gets a pretty good one. So I just keep respecting just for funsies, like why not? But if you're learning the game, it can be frustrating when you're playing and you accidentally press that button.
Got it.
So if you get frustrated with it, just take it off.
Okay.
Okay, so at the start of the round, this range in particular, this is how I learn a character is I look at this exact range and I find what I can do. I mean, I guess in Street Fighter it's pretty similar. So this move, this low, is a great option at this range in particular because most characters have good pokes at this range. Like they can do some buttons right here, but this just stops them. He's actually airborne for a few frames technically, like or not airborne, but like you can't hit him low essentially. Like you'll whiff.
Got it.
Yeah, like that. So it beats a lot of low options, and you can just. Oh man, it's annoying. Once you learn the few buttons that Slayer has that just shut down a lot of options, he just becomes a bully. So at this range, once you block, they block like a max range crouching heavy. You want to do like a punch mappa or a kick mappa, and you can get right back in their face. Yeah, and you can kind of stay in that sweet spot where if you're just harassing someone, you stay there. So I'm going to teach you some more moves. Forward heavy is this giant sweeping kick. Forward and fierce. There you go. So that move, learn the range where it will hit at the absolute like tiptoe. So it's like a little bit further back. It's gigantic, like right there. Yeah, that range right there. So this move, yeah, you can special cancel it. Look how much guard meter it builds on block. It builds a huge chunk.
Oh wow!
And if you cancel into Mappa after it, you know,
but
you just.
What I want to do, I want to do kick Mappa, right?
Kick Mappa, yeah. After that one, you want to do kick Mappa. There you go. And that's not always safe because people can like white guard and then like jab you away. But if it hits, you definitely want to go into kick Mappa. That's the best option. On counter hit, it does what's called a stagger, and a stagger is basically a mini dizzy. So the way you get out of a stagger, so do forward heavy to me real quick, is you wiggle your stick back and forth. Some people do like 360s or 720s, and that's about the length of the stun. You can combo throws during staggers. It's just like a dizzy. So it's kind of weird. And there's obviously like there's better options than throwing me. Like there's combos that you can do. Yeah, forward heavy is probably one of the most amazing tools in this game. And I haven't like the ground version where it hits on the ground is pretty good, but where it really shines is preventing people from jumping away from you. That move has a gigantic hitbox range, right? Like there's a sweet spot basically where if you get it right and people jump, you're gonna do 80% damage to them. So if you jump, I'll show you how it kind of works. Actually, I'll just jump and you just throw it out. So see how it catches up that high? So I'm in the corner like this, and you stand right there and do forward heavy. See how it just catches me like perfectly? Once you get used to the timing and the spacing for it, and then you want to start like doing tons of damage. So the move that you're going to do after this is actually a new move. It's called D-step. It's backwards fireball punch or kick. All right.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is like short
like
swing.
a Dudley. Yeah.
Yeah. Except this move has 4 options after you throw it out.
What?
Yeah. So all right. So this version, this is if you do D-step and then press punch after you get pile bunker. All right, look how much damage it does for one move. Pile bunker does 90 damage out of 420 life points. So this combo, that's like a standard combo right there, is a huge chunk. So that's pile bunker. All right, it's super unsafe on block. It's like minus 20. So don't block it. You want to throw it out to like counter them from doing something. It's like a heavy punish option, and it's also a combo ender. So then the other options from D-step are kick, which is crosswise heels. This is a 14 frame invincible uppercut type of attack. And you can delay when you throw it out. So during a D-step, if you don't do anything for a while, you can still throw it out for a couple frames after you've recovered. So the one you're going to use the most though is definitely slash. So do D-step and then press the slash button. All right, so that is called under pressure.
This one is slash, or
this is the button. Actually, if you press heavy slash, I think, yeah, if you press heavy slash, the same attack will come out in this version of the game. So if you press it twice, you get it's late, and it's late is a ridiculous move. All right, so this is an overhead that is unthrowable. And the counter hit for it, you get a gigantic ground bounce. So that move right there, that second hit. So throw it out real quick, and I'll try to give you the counter hit. Look at the counter hit on that.
Whoa.
It does a crazy amount of stun. So if you get hit with the counter hit on that, and you know the full combo, it's pretty much a guaranteed dizzy. Now, the way I generally use it is as fast as possible. Like, I will kind of strum my fingers over slash once I do a punch D-step so that I get the frame I can.
But it has to make contact, otherwise you don't get the follow-up?
No, you can whiff it. You can whiff it and get the follow-up. Just like that. And that's actually one of the best uses of it, is making this part whiff by like a pixel or two, and then doing the overhead. Because it's so active. D-step itself also has some properties. So it's actually invincible for 3 frames. The first 3 frames when you're doing the punch version. And the kick version gets 6 frames of invincibility. So if I'm just throwing attacks out, you can kind of just glide through them. Yeah, and you can do a pile bunker. On counter hit, pile bunker is pretty much a guaranteed dizzy in this game. So it's a huge amount of reward. It bounces them off the wall. Crosswise heels isn't as good just because it's really punishable on block.
Oh, right.
And you don't, I mean, just in general, pile bunker is so good. Like, why wouldn't you do it? So when you're trying to play this game, and you have these good buttons I've already taught you, like crouching heavy, and you want to try to get into the sweet spot where you can harass someone, you can do that series right there, which is D-step slash, and then crouching heavy. After they block the D-step slash, they're kind of in a neutral state. And Slayer really heavily punishes people for making the wrong decision. So if you're good at hard reads, you can kill them pretty quickly. So I will throw you, we'll go in the corner. And I'll kind of show you some examples here. All right, so let's say that I've knocked you down. I'm just gonna apply pressure, right? I'm gonna do like this. You're blocking this, right? And I'm gonna give you an opening with like that. So after this, and you try to jump, that counters the jump. Just like that. That's one mistake against Slayer. All right. So that's kind of the idea. And then you can delay it and do, you can do this. I'm sorry. There we go. You can do like the overhead. If they don't jump and they just keep blocking low, it's like, all right, well, whatever. I don't care. You're going to get hit with the overhead. If you get hit with the overhead leads to a combo. If they continue to block, like let's say that they're blocked the overhead successfully, right? Well, they're still back in square one, which is you still have to do a Slayer at this range. So forward heavy stops the jumps, but let's say that you're gonna counter poke me and you're like, I don't want to deal with Slayer, so you're gonna throw like a standing kick. Well, forward punch, this move is a shoulder check, and it has invincibility above his knees. All right. So you throw this move out, and you can actually get a gigantic counter hit combo. Just like that. Off of that. So that is kind of the stop poke option, or stop any button that would normally like stop me from doing what I want to do. I can just throw this move out. It's slow to hit, but it's invincible. It's invincible above his knees, so it's really helpful. So if you do kick mappa to me, I can shoulder check it.
Whoa.
So I'll do kick mappa, you try forward punching it.
Right. Oh, okay. I have to do it like way earlier.
It's really slow. It's a really slow attack. I throw it out sometimes just to check people, just to make sure that, like, if I was in the position that they were in, I would throw an attack out, so I'll throw it out preemptively. And it's not, like, it's hard to punish. It also has a cancel point on it if you know the exact timing for it. For 25% meter, you'll just stop doing it. So I'll try to do a max range kick mappa, and you can forward punch through it. And it's hard because of lag, so yeah, just like that. So you don't really get a good punish if it's non-counter hit, but counter hit is a good punish. Like, that wall bounce is pretty crazy. This is the range I'll try to do it at right here.
There we go.
Yeah. So wall bounces in this game work. The screen shifts a little bit when you do like a mid-screen wall bounce, and it won't actually just give you a wall bounce guaranteed. They have to be touching a corner or at the max distance of the screen, like this. And that's important just because, like, sometimes you'll be at a range like this where if you do a kick mappa right now and I hit you with the counter hit, I can kill you pretty much. But right here, if I do it, I'm not going to get the same reward because of the way wall bounces work. I have to basically stop the screen from moving by, like, kind of, I don't know, I walk back a little bit. This is really technical, so it might not matter to you, but it's just something to know. See how it kind of bounced you off the wall right there? If you follow him, you won't get the wall bounce.
Oh, so you have to take a step back.
Yeah, or stand still. So, let's see. So Slayer's best option to stop people from pressing low buttons is crouching heavy, right? That bat stomp. Slayer's best option to stop people from pressing any other button is forward punch, if you're going to go under it. Now, the thing about forward punch is if you block it, let me just do a test and see if it's unsafe. Because they changed forward punch's properties every version of the game, so it might not be safe in this version. No, it's fine. You just throw it out at, like, certain ranges. Don't throw it out, like, endlessly. You can also use this move to stop people from air dashing in on you, but it's really hard to do. Like, see, you have to time it perfectly. So for anti-air, Slayer's crouching slash is really good. Yeah, this move stops a lot of moves.
Ah, okay.
And then his air combo, if you jump in the air, I'll show you the air combo. So that series is punch, kick, punch. In this, for the first jump is punch, kick, punch.
Oh, wait, okay, alright. Punch. Punch, kick.
Kick, punch, kick. I'm sorry.
Oh, kick, punch,
kick, punch, kick.
Okay, got it. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna launch you and then kick, punch, kick. Okay.
Okay. Then once you get the second kick in the air, you can jump cancel again and continue your air combo, kind of like Marvel 3 style.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, you got this. So it's punch, or I'm sorry, kick, punch, kick, jump again, kick, punch, dust.
Kick, punch, dust, and dust is
that button in the air. It's this. It's a knockdown attack.
okay. All right. Kick, punch, kick, jump, kick, punch, dust.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Okay. Let me just try the. Oops.
Use crouching slash.
Oh, right. Motherfucker. Yeah,
the way that I throw it, the way that I do it is after I throw the crouching slash out, I'm holding up, like during the recovery essentially. So the moment that I can jump, I will.
Okay.
And then I learn the timing based off of like, all right, I'm now in the air. Now I immediately press kick. It's hard at first for people because jump canceling.
Training mode, right?
There is a training mode, yeah.
Okay. I can practice that. I mean, it's just weird because I don't normally play these games, but I can see how it's like not that hard.
Yeah. So, and I put together a text file with combos and things like that. So that'll help you out if you want to get more into the specifics of it. So, the other option for anti-air, other than just crouching slash, is standing punch. But standing punch has some properties like, all right, it's not the best anti-air, but it's basically like a situational anti-air. That range right there is the situational anti-air. It's like Ryu's jab, but you get 30% damage off of it. Alright, so Slayer's jumping heavy, this move beats every attack that you will ever do on the ground. So just never anti-air him. Yeah, this move is ridiculous. The hitbox for this move is well below him. Imagine Dudley's roundhouse in the air, like, but even better.
Wow.
Yeah, you can't anti-air him at all. Yeah. Slayer gets
jumping.
It's jumping heavy.
Oh, right. Oh.
Yeah. If I don't block this attack and I try to anti-air you, I get killed. Like Slayer does so much damage because of that alone. After you hit one of those, do a forward heavy into a D step into pile bunker. So.
Okay.
Yeah, just practice forward heavy into pile bunker real quick. That's a really important combo. And I use the punch version of D step when I do forward heavy because I don't move as much. There you go, right there. That combo's on the ground too, on standing opponents up close. So it's actually like, once you learn the timing to do it, you'll always hit it. Like, it looks like this. Oops. It's like a 1 frame link on the ground, I think.
Oops. Like
yep,
that?
just like that.
Oops.
Okay. So now try to anti-air me with it.
Jump heavy, and then like that. Jump heavy, and then the okay.
Forward heavy, and then yeah. And I pretty much just mash forward heavy immediately after I land, just so I get the timing right. I say mash, I know the exact timing, but teaching it to someone, I just tell them like do it as fast as possible.
Oh.
Mashing is bad.
Ah, fuck. Okay. 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 It's starting to make sense.
Yeah, you're getting there.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that you got a lot of the concepts already. Like air dashing seems like you already figured that out because of Persona.
Yeah, it's a good thing I played Persona for like a
A
month.
lot of the mechanics are really similar to like old school Guilty Gear. I mean, they've made it easier, but there you go. Look at the damage off of one jump in. And that's just off of a counter hit. So if it doesn't counter hit, you can still do some things. Like you can still get like a kick and a mop punch. Kind of like that. But really your goal is to counter hit them. You want to put them in a mind state where they have to stop you from attacking. Because Slayer just has such good buttons.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's like that just pushes them in the corner real quick. So I'm gonna teach you a new mechanic real quick. I know I'm going over things really quickly here, but this is really important. So I think Persona has cancels too, like Roman cancels, or the ability to like cancel something into. Let me just show you, like this. Like you just cancel the recovery of whatever you're doing. It's called a Roman cancel in Guilty Gear. It's do any attack and then press punch, kick, and slash, or kick slash dust. Or I'm sorry, heavy slash.
Punch, kick, heavy slash.
Any 3 attack buttons, not including dust. And you need 50% meter to do it.
So punch, kick, heavy slash? Or
Yeah.
punch, kick, basically any 3 buttons that aren't dust.
Right.
Okay.
So, for example, with Slayer, you can, yeah, like that. Yep. Yeah, and immediately cancels it. So with Slayer, you always want to do it after kick Mappa. Because you get that. Or that. You can do a lot of damage with Slayer really quickly, especially with a kick Mappa. Roaming canceling it on hit leads to good damage.
Okay, so kick Mappa, and then cancel into. After I cancel, then
Press
then
heavy slash after.
Heavy slash like that.
I would do standing heavy.
That one?
Mm-hmm.
Or that one?
This one right here. And then you'll cancel that into D-step and then do pile bunker.
Whoops. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Which D-step do I do?
Punch.
Like that.
There you go.
Okay,
Yep.
so I want to hit the kick Mappa and then cancel into. Okay.
Standing heavy into punch D-step into pile bomb.
Oh my gosh.
It's a lot. But trust me, you're gonna love the damage.
Okay.
It looks just like that right there.
Okay. Kick Mappa, cancel, and then heavy slash. Wait, heavy slash into D-step.
You can just do it while I'm blocking, just to keep
Oh,
practicing.
okay, all right. Oops.
So let's start with part 1. Do kick Mappa and then roaming cancel it. There you go. Do it again. Alright. Just like that. So it's pretty much, it's like when I'm doing it, the minute it hits, I'm pressing heavy.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
So the minute it hits, I'm roaming canceling. The moment I roaming cancel, I press heavy. So it's very rapid. That combo, I try to do that as fast as I can after it hits.
Okay. Jesus. Okay. It's like. Okay. Kick Mappa. Cancel. Heavy slash. Punch D-step. Punch ender.
Yep.
Oh god, dude! It takes all of the. It takes every. It's so hard to learn the new movements and stuff.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like an old person now, dude.
I know. Trust me, dude. If you got to do it, you got to do it. Xrd is gonna be super cool.
Is it gonna be cool or is it gonna be huge?
All right, so riddle me this, gootecks.
Yeah.
What game made the most money to Evolution this year if you won it?
Blaze Blue.
That's right. And why was that?
Because these guys put in so much money.
What do you think is going to happen? Blaze Blue is not the most popular fighting game for the anime crowd. I mean, it is now, but back in the day, Guilty Gear was.
Right.
And Guilty Gear's notorious everywhere. Everyone knows Guilty Gear. It's legendary. Now you take...
Yeah, okay. All right.
I mean, like, outside of the fighting game scene, people know Guilty Gear. The trailer got 1 million views in a day when they launched Xrd. You know, like, it's a big deal to most gamers. So you're talking about the game that is the equivalent of Street Fighter 4 coming out for consoles.
The Street Fighter 4 of Guilty Gear.
It's the Street Fighter 4 of anime.
Okay, the Street Fighter 4 of anime. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so in my opinion, it's good to learn this. If nothing else, you're going to get a game that's going to be around for a while, and you're going to learn anime fundamentals. So it's good. Unial, like other anime games like Unial, really weird, not true anime. Like Guilty Gear is like the ST of anime fighting games. It's raw. Every character is broken, but in their own unique, fun way. You can find a character that just perfectly meshes with your style. So like I play a really aggressive, like hard read, punish heavy, like do a ton of damage, but my defense kind of sucks. So my character just gets in your face. Like a Makoto style character is Slayer. He also has a command grab, but it's the most broken command grab in fighting game history. In this version of the game, this is a combo.
What?
I'm not done yet. Oh, I fucked it up. So if I do that will dizzy most characters. You can bite 10 times and then Pow Bunker cancel Pow Bunker and it dizzies most of the cast. But now I want you to do half circle back heavy and watch your life bar as you do this attack.
What?
Yes. So Slayer's a vampire. When he bites you, he builds back life. Now remember I taught you that you can jump cancel your dashes?
Uh-huh.
So what you're doing is you're dashing forward and then like inputting half circle back and then inputting up back and then pressing heavy slash. If you do it right, it looks like this. It's like you're canceling your dash into a bite. You can also hear a sound when I do it successfully. It sounds like a whoosh. Hear that sound?
Mm-hmm.
So that is an invincible backdashed bite. If you did a kick mappa and I do this, I will win.
Okay, so the motion is
half circle back, heavy slash to do the bite.
Yeah, okay. But now how do I cancel that into the dash?
So dash, you're gonna do a forward dash because it's easier to start with.
Okay.
So you're gonna do forward,
uh-huh.
half circle back, up back, heavy slash.
Got it.
Oops.
Okay.
Shit. I accidentally got on a net plate. Give me one moment.
Okay, so you're basically... But you're only hitting the button once.
Yep. Let's see. Okay.
Here comes Daredevil. Please select your character.
The technical explanation for what's happening is that backdash or forward dash can be jump canceled on any frame, right? And to jump in Guilty Gear with Slayer is 5 pre-jump frames before it actually goes into the air. So you're canceling within 5 frames of pressing up into a button, and you can get special attacks. I guess is one way of doing it. So forward, half circle back, up back, and then heavy slash. And do it really fast.
Okay, so basically, okay. So if I did it like that, if am I doing it too slow?
Press heavy slash faster. Much faster. Faster. Another way of doing this is so I can input the dash, input the heavy slash direction slowly, and then press up back and heavy slash when you're ready to cancel it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So and then just increase your speed accordingly. So if you want to do it really fast, you can do it like immediately. And I'm going to tell you right now, I double tap everything with Slayer because it's easier, but especially for dash canceled bites. I feel like if I don't do it, yeah, I'm very likely going to jump like that, like an idiot. Yeah.
It seems like I don't have to go to up back.
I think that the ones sometimes what you're doing is you're not canceling it, and you're actually fully recovering and then biting.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's fully recovered bites.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And honestly, this is not in the future games at all. This
Thank God.
This technique was removed. They nerfed bite. Every single version of the game, Slayer's bite has gotten worse because of how ridiculous it is. In this version of the game, you can get this off of a bite. Off of a command grab, you get huge knockdown combo. And for some reason, I'm not building tension. Alright, so I can do this. Like, off of a bite. Come on.
Wow.
And this bite, like I told you, in this version of the game, you can make it invincible. You can make any special invincible backdashes. You get 11 frames. Actually, this version might be 17 frames. But if you throw an attack out, I retain my backdash invincibility when I jump cancel. So, for example, do forward heavy. I will go right through it like a ghost. Or at least parts of it. It's hard because of the lag. It's so hard.
Whoa.
Alright, well, you can see that invincibility right there. Like how I just backdashed through the kick completely. You get a lot of invincibility. With Slayer and Exert, I think you only get like 7 or 8 frames, but it's still good. Backdash and then jump. It's really good. It's invincible. You get like 8 or 9 frames invincibility going into the air. So you can get out of some pressure situations with it. You can get invincible air grabs with it. So if you jump at me with an attack, I can input back, and then jump, and then air throw you on frame 1. And I can go through it. Like that. See how I just went right through it?
Whoa.
Yeah, so backdash canceling is like a key feature of Slayer. The best Slayers, they know how to manipulate you into... like, check out this scary situation, okay? So block this. Alright, so I'm at this range, right? And I can dash cancel and throw you, right? But if I do this, or if I do this, you can't actually tell if I'm going forward or backwards for a few frames. So if I'm at this range right here and I'm like, what are you going to do, right? You're going to freak out a little bit mentally. And this happens all the time in tournaments where you'll do the backdash, they'll jump because they're like, I don't want to get thrown, because you can't tell. Xrd, they made it easier to tell the difference, but that's another like little mind game with his dashes. His dashes are definitely like a defining characteristic of the character. So yes, that's a bunch of good moves of Slayer. Like I kind of taught you some of the basic combos, some of the basic normals you use. And there's more specific things that you should be doing, but like like he has a really good slide. You know, the slide, it has a lot of range. The counter hit for it at the very tip, like Bison slide, you can get an air combo off of it. So it's kind of cool. But don't throw trip out a lot. Like in later versions, they have the distance it goes, and they made it faster. So it's a little bit, it's used differently. And what else? What other attacks does he have? Forward kick is a feintable overhead that is unthrowable on the ground because you're airborne. And you can combo after it if it's a counter hit on crouch. But if you hold the button for more than like 5 frames, you get the feint. So you can do stuff like that. Throw them. So he's kind of tricksy with that. The overhead's...
How do you throw them?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What's the throw command?
Forward and heavy. Or back and heavy.
Got it.
There are no throw techs in this game because throws are 1 frame.
Oh, whoa.
So reversal throw is really good. But it's like one of the things that scrubs do because of how good it is. So you learn to punish it really quickly. So if I'm standing right here on wake up, like at that range, you can mash back and heavy and you can beat me. So just mash it. See that? So throwing on wake up is really strong. I mash it generally if I'm just like trying to perfect the timing because of lag. Yeah, just like that. So if you miss time, if you miss space yourself on wake up, you can be thrown. So never get this close to a person. You don't need to. Get that close right here is unthrowable range, but you can command grab them. There you go. Yep. So if you get closer than this, like where you're touching the character, you can be thrown. Because throws are 1 frame, that's obviously a problem. So some characters like Soul Bad Guy, he will put himself in a position where it looks like you can throw him, but you can't throw him, and he'll throw an attack out to 3 frames. Even though your throw could beat it, it's out of range. You'll throw a heavy slash instead. And heavy slashes are not the fastest attacks. They're really slow. So if I do this scenario where I fake the throw, right? Or I can D-step, just like with Dudley, how you'd avoid throws with that attack. You power bunker them in the face. So this is just an example of how I play Slayer. I know you're not going to really know what to do against it, but this is just kind of my style. So I stay at this range mostly, and I throw a lot of attacks out that if you press the wrong button, you're going to die. So a lot of forward heavy. In this particular game, a lot of forward heavy because of how fast it is. It stops jumps. It also... It kind of goes, it has a weird hitbox on it because you move forward so quickly. The leg extends so far out. It's kind of like a moving poke that's really active. I can't think of an example of an attack like that in Street Fighter off the top of my head.
Okay. So, if you're attacking... I mean, if I'm in the corner and attacking, and you're attacking, like, what can I really do?
Yeah, so with Slayer, you can backdash jump. That's a really important skill to learn. And you can tell if you do it properly by the sound. Yeah. So backdash jump is really strong. Because of the fact that if I do certain things, you'll just go right through it. It's not perfect though. I mean, certain attacks like Slayer's Forward Heavy will stop that. The other thing you can do is you can try to use an attack that has invincibility for a specific type of thing. So like Forward Punch has upper body invincibility. So if I do Forward Heavy, Forward Punch if you throw it out early enough, we'll beat it. But that's part of the guess. You can also use crouching heavy as a get off me tool. If I'm like throwing the stupid attacks out like that,
Oh.
crouching heavy stops a lot of that nonsense. So I'm gonna throw some more. I'm gonna start swinging again, and then try to use either backdash jump, forward punch, or crouching heavy. And those are the three like 3 tools that defeat 3 options. And now if I get really close, you can also throw out crouching punch. Like at this range right here, if I'm gonna like do a dash and throw, you can mash crouching punch. Yeah, like that. And you can just kind of push me away. I'm going to crouching heavy after it, or standing heavy. So maybe a good push away string would be crouching punch and a standing heavy. Like that. That's a risky one. That's more of an aggressive defensive string. And you have to learn like the exact frame timing so that you get it out as fast as possible. You can also do crouching kick after the crouching punch. Like that. If I'm not really respecting you, that will, you know, trip me up. That is his respect. And you can mash this button, by the way, like you can throw it out a lot. If they are not pushed far enough away, you can throw it out and it just stops them. So if you want to approach me, do jumping heavy. Jumping is a great option to get in with Slayer just because of how good jumping heavy is. And you want to use it at this timing right here. Like, it's kind of early for most characters to jump in with it, but because of the hitbox on it, it's good. And like crouching heavy can beat it at that exact like spot right there. I basically like my leg just kind of hits you from the back. Otherwise I can't anti-air it at all. You can also do instant air dash jumping heavy. So the range for this is stand next to me, backdash twice, walk backwards a little bit more. It's like I try to find the exact range for you. Like that right there is a good arc. So at this range right here, you have a couple ways of getting in. You can just jump at me, do jumping heavy. Oh god, the lag just hit. Like that. Okay. You can do instant air dash jumping heavy. You can just jump and block. You don't have to do anything with Slayer. Like really, you just want to close the gap sometimes. If you jump in though and you don't do anything, you want to use your faultless defense to avoid getting hit in the air. Because anti-airs, if an attack starts on the ground, you can't block it in the air unless you faultless defense.
And how do you do faultless defense again?
Back and 2 buttons that are not dust.
Back and 2 buttons that aren't dust. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna have to get out of here pretty soon, so let's play a few and see if I can actually either stay alive or do anything.
All right. All right. So, one thing just to start off, and this is pretty easy to remember. If you just don't want to deal with me anymore and you want to get away, burst.
Okay.
Okay, burst, dust, and then any button. You burst will come back gradually as you play, so don't be afraid to throw it out even if it whiffs as you're learning. It's better to use it and learn when you're gonna get punished than not to use it at all.
Got it.
Use it in the beginning when you're getting hit by any combo.
Okay.
Right.
'Cause that
Like,
way I can build it up again sooner,
yes.
as opposed to saving it for the end and then done.
Right. Yeah. I mean, players like me who have been playing for a long time, we know when you're going to burst and we can bait it, but that doesn't matter because we're not going to be playing pros every game in Xrd. Yes, just like that. So you
Wait, how do
avoid
I-
a
how do
little
I
bit of
burst
extra
again?
damage.
How do I burst again?
Dust and any button.
Oh, dust and any button. Okay, got it. Okay. Oops. Oh! Oh, that was...
So you use your burst pretty quickly, like you use it right, but now you got to burst right at the end.
Oh, right.
So
I forgot
burst
to do
comes back like I don't know the exact time. I just kind of noticed that I tend to use it at a point where I'll always have a burst in case I'm gonna die. So using it early enough, not using it like at the end of the round. If I'm not gonna be able to come back, I won't use it. If I
way you
feel like
disable
it's gonna
next
be
round.
really, really hard. And if someone gets hit by your burst, the blue burst when you're in block stun or hit stun, and they get hit by it, you're gonna actually build a percentage of your burst back immediately. All right, so it's actually pretty important. Don't whiff bursts. Like you don't want to whiff your burst. You want them to block it, if nothing else.
Okay.
There you go. So you got gold burst. Gold burst is when you throw it out while not in hit stun or block stun, and if you hit, you get 100% super meter.
Oh.
So it's a huge reward.
Oh.
And use his dashes. His ground dashes are so good because they just add so much mobility to him. Because you can dash cancel or you can jump cancel at any time, you never have to commit to a dash. And his backdash is so good. It's like super invincible. It goes back a lot, so you can stay out of footsie ranges.
Oh. Ew. That's all right. Okay, last one. I gotta head out after this.
Okay. But yeah, so what do you think of Slayer so far from what you've seen?
That's pretty sick, man. Like my a little bit of my fighting game experience carries over, with the backswing blow as well as the Mappa punch because I guess it's kind of similar to let's say Dudley's backswing blow or the or Barog's dash punch.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it seems like the combos would be pretty manageable and in some ways a lot easier than Street Fighter because of the just the way that I don't know you confirm things and stuff.
Yeah, there's no link. There's no like one frame link in Guilty Gear. There's weird like character specific combos because of the way the game works,
Mm,
but it's very manageable.
nice.
And so what you should try to do, what I'm doing to you a lot with Slayer, is I'm at the max range for forward heavy and I just throw it out at key
Hmm.
points. So forward heavy's max range is one backdash away from right here, I think. Like that. So it's just gonna whiff normally, but you hit with the heel. If you do that and they get hit by it, like that, counter hit, man, they're gonna get hurt really badly. And the only moves that beat it are like an early forward punch or a trip, like this.
Mm.
But those are really risky attacks. So I really just have to respect that button. Wow. That was the lag hit right there.
Uh,
It's okay, it's slow motion. This is just
yeah,
better for
actually,
training.
it actually is a little bit better.
So see that anti-air just did to you? That was gnarly. I'm
Oh,
gonna try to kill you now. Oh, it whiffed. Oh, okay, we're back to normal speed.
ooh. Oh, that was. Oh, that was oh.
All right, well, I hope I taught you something.
Oh man. Okay, so send me the text file and then like what should I what's the best way to practice? Like just go into
So
training mode and then practice the combos?
Flow is on this shit. Hold up, I'm sorry. So the best way to practice this is go into training mode. If you do a screen share with me, I'll set up your training mode so that it's really effective for you.
Okay. Okay. How do we do this? Okay.
Okay. So get out of there and go to training. Now, there's like a couple different weight classes. For most practice, you're going to use Axel or Slayer as a dummy for right now.
Mhm.
So press start and then press right at return. Yeah, press right so that you go into enemy settings. All right, so recovery is teching in the air. If you do front tech, that means that you will always know if your combo is true or not. So that's really important. I use forward or back tech if I'm practicing. Okay. Slip recovery is how fast the computer will mash out of your dizzies or staggers. Recommended is level 2. That's tournament level. Counter hit, you can turn on first hit being counter hit by enabling on, and you can practice random counter hits with random. So it's really good. Attack memory lets you set up the enemy to do like a series of strings.
Whoa.
So
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's just like a normal record function in Street Fighter 4.
Got it.
So then mode, you can put on versus two player if you have another stick.
Uh-huh.
If you put free mode, that's the standard one. Enemy state, you can make them crouch, jump, or attack. Jump is great if you're trying to practice anti-airs. Crouching is great if you're practicing crouch-specific combos. And then guard limited means that the first hit will be blocked and the second hit won't be. On is they'll block everything. PG is perfect guard. Everything is going to be like max pushback. Don't ever do that one. And then random is a random variation between those.
Got it.
So with that, you should be able to now practice your combos. If you do an air combo and it's not true, they'll tech out of it. You can, mess around with counter hit combos and things like that.
Got it.
And then if you want to give yourself infinite meter, press start. And then go to tension max. You can give yourself infinite burst max. You can also change your guard level. So you can, if you want to practice like how much damage you're going to do after they block certain attacks, you can change the guard level there. And that will just that's just the way that thing works. I don't know how to better explain it. Like 72 is when it starts flashing, I think, or something like that.
Wow, this is crazy.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah. So that lets you practice for situations where they've been pressured for a while and you want to do like a huge damage combo.
Wow, it's like we were in this fucking Stone Age, man, and over. Wow.
In Street Fighter Land,
Yeah.
dude, yeah, this game came out in 2003, I think,
Oh my god.
with all these settings. And honestly, this training mode sucks compared to the newer versions. The newer versions, like a lot of characters have random elements to them, like Faust will throw a random item at you. You can control what item he throws. You can control if Eddie has infinite Eddie meter or if he has a little short one that refills or if it's just like normal. And there's a lot of little tiny things that they've added in. It's really like a fighting game player's game. Like the lead designers play it all the time. The guy that does the balance changes was the former champion for the game at SBO.
Whoa.
His name is Pachi. He was a Faust player who was like one of the legends from way back in the day, and he basically started working at Arxis Works. And he helps them make new characters and designs like how the combat will play out. And like honestly, for me, Guilty Gear, dude, it's so sick because every character is as complicated as I've shown you, if not more. So as a Third Strike player, you understand that like there's character specialists that bring out parts of the character that no one has ever seen before.
Yes.
And Guilty Gear is like that, but like it's intentionally designed. Like the characters are always advancing themselves. Like Slayer's like backdash cancel stuff was really strong in the last version of the game before this one, right? And they decided not to nerf it, but just to tweak it a little bit so that it's still really useful, but it's just not as broken. And then they make other smart changes. So if a move sucks, the next version of the game, that move will be useful for something.
Damn.
There are no DJs in Guilty Gear. There's none of that shit. Although, admittedly, there's some characters that are just not as good as others, like design-wise. Like Eddie, once I show you Eddie, man, you're just going to start questioning reality, like how this game can be fair at all. But, so yeah.
Cool, man. Well, thank you for the, thanks for the, Guilty Gear intro. Let me stop this recording. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit up Koogy, please, on Twitter for all of your Guilty Gear stuff. Check out our stuff at Brokentier.com. Thanks for watching. See you later.